NGR from charging his way forward here with Hyper. The two big fraggers on this team stepping forward and looking to make magic happen. That line of fire straight through the soft wall. Down goes Geo. NJR carrying on his march towards victory, looking for a second. It's the mirror sat inside towards his left on the other side of map's table. Bolo looking to come and hit them on the flank. Merc finding one onto NJR. No doubt the call coming in that yes, they are on the red stairs. So all Bolo's got to do is tuck in and wait for the next call to move to shut down Hyper.
DZ working well here from both sides, but Merc manages to level things up. Bolo finds Pamba, and this means trouble for DarkZero. Des, it was looking good. They were getting themselves into study. They had red stairs, but they never dealt with the north side. We talk about how that avoided the utility, but it didn't avoid the operators, and that is where they get punished from as Bolo moves back across, but Eclipse finds him, levels it up 2 for 2. Eclipse gets himself another onto Merc. This game is going to be explosive from minute one. That much is clear. Pressure on the bar door. Canadian finds Charla, and DarkZero take their first attack on Villa. Hands up. Against that wall, we see Merc having to dip back as his Wamai Magnet is going to eat up that nade. Bolo eats up Pambazoo there with a headshot, finding the first kill of the round. That's going to be 5-4 in favour of the defenders then, but Hyper, a beautiful little peek. It didn't need a headshot as Achieved was on low health anyway, but you know what? He's going to style it out and take it anyway. Levels things up 4-4. Bolo taking damage. Merc, however, is the one with the next lethal shot. This time onto Eclipse. 4 versus 3 DarkZero. 15 seconds left to go. Need to get moving. Cannot do it. Bolo, Merc, Geo. It's a trifecta of kills that rain in at the end of the round. Into those red stairs. I think he's wanting to push into Memorial. He's going to do it, and he's going to take down Charla there with the F2. Moves in, gets himself an angle through to Laundry, which will allow his team to aggress forward. Meanwhile, Geo finds Canadian. We've just got them trading in either direction here. Bolo and NJR directly take each other out. There's the swing from Pamba, but the trade comes in again from Achieve. 2 versus 2. Eclipse in a position to potentially get the diffuser down here. He's got Hyper on the cover, and I think he might just stick this, Des. He should have time. Achieve is coming in, but he's going to be too late. There goes the impact nade. He's low health, and he takes the death. It's 2v1. It's all up to Geo. About 10 HP left. He cannot even take a bullet here, and that is exactly what will happen to him as he steps through the door. Hyper finds the kill. DarkZero protect the diffuser, and that is going to be another round for the team in purple.
Just waiting through Aviator door. Achieved is on the downstairs, mind you, and I think he's still got a C4 in back pocket. Yes, he does. So they'll have to watch out for him, because if he's got a good read, good information on where the plant's going down, he could be lethal.
Achieved manages to Achieved manages to find Eclipse. A good kill for TSM to slow things down here. We've got once again a game that is going wild in front of us. Time is ticking away though. Canadian has diffuser. Doesn't even really have time to attempt the plant there. TSM managed to just burn enough away. The goo mine coming in clutch for them towards the end of that one.
There's no Kai, there's no Bandit. They've got to make the move happen.
Hyper does so in finding that first kill onto Bolo. That might just get things moving for DarkZero here. Could be the catalyst. They're starting to get that triple wall opened up, at least the access that they need. Achieved has made a little bit of mess of his flank there. He does make the challenge, but he runs face first into NJR downstairs and takes a ton of damage, trying to move back up Astro. He will manage to re-peek and find NJR. That's great play from Achieve there. Hyper finds Merc with Geo onto Eclipse in the mix as well. Canadian 2v2, 2v1. It swings from side to side here. 3 seconds left to go. Hyper, no chance. TSM somehow able to hold on in the slew of kills that DarkZero managed to find. Both managed to escape with a similar amount of health. Charla manages to finish him off though. Pamba finds Bolo, so neither of them live much longer after that fight. 4v2, effectively 4v1. It's all up to Achieved. He can do nothing, Des, as Canadian shuts him down, and DarkZero managed to take a level half. 3-3 on the attack of Villa. He was hoping to catch Pamba with it, but he will be unsuccessful. Bolo, however, manages to find Hyper with a nade. Pamba's just put himself in the line of danger there, and Merc proves why as he finds the kill with the F2. NJR trying to aggress onto him, but Geo's getting the diffuser down right now. TSM are in full control here. 5v1 could be a flawless round. No, that will be avoided as NJR manages to find the melee kill onto Merc, but that is likely to be all that NJR will find. Taking a ton of damage in the process. More more shots rain in. It's Charla that finds him, and that's going to be TSM with their first successful attack.
It's a real bugger to deal with. If it's not dead, they'll hold this pixel angle, they'll sit someone behind it, and you become a little bit entrapped. We commented on it earlier on, but a great step in. Eclipse bringing down Geo. Probably a question as to why Geo swinging by himself there, because the diffuser's now also down and cold. Charla looking to step his way through, wanting to use that shield against DarkZero, but it feels more like a bait, to be honest with you. They're looking at it thinking, oh, we can use that, and DZ are like, no, you cannot. Eclipse, a second great shot coming back through. Achieved is all alone. This looks to be a DarkZero round. A second swing at the bat, and they will be successful. A closeout by Hyper. DZ bring the score even once again.
Has got himself inside a sight there. He's potentially in a position to help Geo get this plant down. This could be a little bit cheeky here. He's watching the vertical angles, and that's exactly what Geo's going to do. DarkZero aren't aware of this, Des. They're doing absolutely nothing to stop it. But Eclipse comes over at the very last second and manages to deny it. There's a Falcon cam feeding info as well. Bolo takes it out. He can collect the case and try to go again, which is exactly what he's going to do with only 15 seconds left. But this is not going to be easy. Still verticals to play against. He does, however, secure it. Bolo downed very shortly afterwards. It's up to Achieve. He's effectively 1v2. He flips to the Gon 6. That's not going to do him any favours, Des. DarkZero able to get in. Eclipse manages to get the disable on the diffuser there, but they might have been kicking themselves to letting Bolo get that down to begin with. Front up and play right onto map's door, but it's not going to be easy. He's supported by the smoke, and he's in a tough position now. He's backed into a corner. Merc is going to go in. He knows that the man is there. Merc's going to take a ton of damage as he takes a lungful of that toxic babe canister, and the ping comes in to let him know where Eclipse is playing. He gets the kill. Charla finds one. NJR manages to finish Merc with the toxic babe canister. 4 versus 3 now, and it's up to TSM to try and get in and get this diffuser down. They get a kill. Can they get another? Yes, they can. Geo's planting. TSM, they might just do this at the finish line, Des. They're looking towards that map point, and they're gonna get it. It's Bolo pushing them onto 6. One more round, TSM. One more round will get you villain. Try and catch as many throwables as possible that might come in so they can continue the defense. Caught out from the red stairs, though. Eclipse, I picked him out at the beginning of the round in the basement. He's coming from behind. Can he get himself another backstab? Probably not. He's been spotted out. He finds Geo for one, and that is now all down to Merc to do this on super low health. Picked up by Hyper, and DarkZero in the round. Des, we're going to overtime. It's advantage DarkZero, but it is a fine margin.
Oh boy, Canadian finding Merc as well. Again, the IGLs just keep on clashing throughout this fixture of 5 versus 3. No achieved. A massive 2K coming in on the jump out, catching them completely unawares and equalizing things once again. 40 seconds to play. This is where things can fall apart for DarkZero. They've lost 2 of the big members in this round that they really needed to be counting on, and it will come down to NJR, Hyper, and Pamba, the 3 more fraggy members on this team, to make a difference.
They've got to find the frags. That is the key here, Des. Pamba moves through. Can he find Castle? Absolutely not. Geo takes a lot of damage and then is put down. Hyper moves on, looking for the next. They're not interested in confirming kills right now. They want to confirm plants. Achieved knows where he is, sees the gun barrel, but NJR and Pamba, they've got the cover, Des. They've got the kills, and they've got the round. Round 13 goes to DarkZero. Have to go, and they can't keep dedicating time to trying to open vault. Hyper is going to take a lot of damage, though. That forces him back away from the challenge he was making onto maps. Merc just looking to clear out utility from behind that vault door to clear out the plant spot. He takes his shots into study. Not going to find anybody at this time. Pamba. No, it's actually NJR that gets the kill. NJR with another. Charla finds Pamba. NJR with 3 days. DarkZero are riding into a Villa win on the back of NJR here in round 14. Bolo goes in, spraying with the LMG, but all that happens is the clock ticks down, and DarkZero take that round, take the map, and take a first step towards victory against TSM.
Cast to be so excited about someone pushing into security.
Love it. Why would you not? It's Siege. It's just so fun. Okay, Tim. enough.
The kills are flying in very quickly, by the way. 3 kills coming in for DZ, but it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Hard hitting between the two North
to find N8 safety. Hyper is still holding on to VIP for the time being, and TSM, with time ticking away, need to get something going here, and that is the absolute opposite of what they needed. Canadian finds Merc. Geo manages to get one, but there is an instant trade comes back, and DarkZero take the first defensive round on course. Still seeking out the feet of the man, but he can't find them. Charla goes on the aggression, but this cover in place. DarkZero have got a lot of angles held down here, but Bolo finds 2 before being traded out by Pamba. That leaves us 3v3, 3v2 as Merc manages to find NJR. Pamba just trying to rotate himself through into courtyard, get a new angle, get on the flank and make TSM think. 20 seconds left to go, Des. They're going to have to think about getting this diffuser down, and that is exactly what Geo does. Goes inside a service and starts the plant, manages to find Pamba when he comes off. We'll have to go back to it as Canadian. Last one alive, 1v3, is now inside a courtyard. Geo surely locks this down. Canadian finds one for free, but they know where he is now. Plant confirmed, 1v2. They just need to try and establish a bit of a crossfire here. Charla and Geo try and play together, and it looks like that's exactly what they've done. Charla's moved outside, but I think Canadian's aware. Does he find his man? No! Charla are able to cut him down, and TSM managed to cling on to that one and get the round 1-1. May just hinder his ability to deny a plant here. Merc tries to find one, but Pamba manages to cut him down. Immediate trade comes in. Geo's getting the plant down, Des. Somehow TSM have been able to steal inside a site and may just steal the round here. Bolo knows there's a challenge to be found, and boy does he find it. 3 on the round for him. Going absolutely wild, taking Hyper down. Cuts Eclipse as well. 4K for Bolo. Easy for TSM.
Dropping away to another location. Really well played drone game by DarkZero in this round especially. Although that does mean they've now got to play below the site itself, not forgetting they are defending the top floor. It does mean they aren't at risk of losing any more members just yet. NJR looking pretty low, but it's a 4 versus 3 achieved, equalizing things back up to 3-3 onto Hyper, who backed away not too long ago. 30 seconds to play with for TSM.
I've got to say, through what we've seen of TSM, it is so often Achieved who does that.
Hello?
When they're behind, he drags them back into it. Eclipse is just looking on the long angle. He's not going to get anybody coming in from Hookador just yet, but it's not going to be long, Des, because they don't have much of a choice. The Toxic Babe canisters go out, another one is deployed. They're just going to have to go for it through this, and he does manage, Geo, to get himself inside, gets a kill, and is able to start putting the diffuser down. He has to stick this now, and Charla has to cover. He gets one, focuses on the second. Canadian will not be able to cross the path, and that is going to be the diffuser down successfully from TSM. Geo manages to escape outside, and this one looks like it's all but done. They might want to put somebody on the rappel, but they're just going to hold their time here. I think actually Charla's gone underneath to potentially look at a denial from down there. Canadians going for it. Are they going to stop him in time? Yes, Charla manages to come up the cool vibe stairs and gets him through the rotation.
On coastline as a map earlier on. Oh dear. That happened. And that happened too.
Just a complete lack of awareness of where Merc was coming from, but as you say, Eclipse manages to answer back, and that's something you picked up on, Des, from Merc, and it's happened again. He gets that entry, he gets traded out, not always managing to get the full benefit of that opening kill. 4 versus 4, 1 minute left to go. Achieve taking a lot of damage on the Hookador, trying to push in, knows that the man is prone, obviously has information. Somehow the Aruni of Eclipse managed to escape for a little bit of time, but is ultimately found. Pamba finds Bolo at the same moment, and Charla, he repels into the top of White Stairs and is looking to push directly onto site here. TSM aren't going to have too many options if they allow the clock to keep ticking. 3v3, 35 seconds left to go. They need to find some kills.
It's just consistently coming down to these 1v1 gunfights as well, where again the team aren't strictly playing together, but there are really good trades being offered back by the other side. A 1v1 battle turns into a whole team brawl in the end. And here's another one. Charla, this time bringing down Pamba as he steps out for a challenge. There's still one more sat inside the theatre. I don't think they know. NJR tucked in, could play massive spoiler in this round if he knows which side they're coming from. He's got one to either side of him. They've got not a clue that he's in the corner. Finds one, also a swing on 90 comes in. Canadian weighing in at the last second. It's all down to Achieved. And a little bit of misdroning on the site itself. They may have done the surrounding runes and the stairways, but didn't think about those that might be holding it down themselves.
And then the wall can be open. They can force the defender out from behind that position. Merc does manage to get Pamba And the Hibana of Geo is looking to start that work. Merc's just picking him apart here. Des has got himself 3 on the round. This could be 4. No, shut down by Hyper, but it could be too little too late for DarkZero, as it's now 2 versus 4. Eclipse doing what he can, takes out the drone, but he's going to have to dip away from the plant spot there. But Hyper, he decides he's going to get hyper aggressive here. He's going up to the door, but Geo cuts him down, and that's going to leave it all up to Eclipse. 1v4 shut down by Achieved on the swing, and that's going to be TSM taking round number 6. 4-2 half for
inside of service. It's Hyper looking in towards one side, but he falls down to Charla as Alda gets set to work. There is one more man just in front of him that he can't quite find. There's a trade back on the other way. Pambazu finding a double, but Charla evens things out as well. A 3 versus 3. Charla onto a slither of HP, and Canadian with a great angle inside a courtyard. It's going to force one member out of sight altogether. So now it starts forming into this sort of retake situation for a couple of members of TSM, but you still got Charla sat with that Alda, waiting for someone to step in. It's Pamba stepping up for a 3k in the round. Looks for one more coming down on White. He's got the right idea. Can he land the shots? No, he cannot. Dipping away, in and out into a 2 versus 2, Tim.
Pamba does have Diffuser in hand here, and after finding that quad kill, he's going to go for the plant. Pambazu doing absolutely everything inside of this round as Geo's trying to take a pot shot through the wall, and JR's going to pinch away that ace from Pambazu, but he won't mind in the slightest. This is all about winning rounds, winning games, and that is exactly what DarkZero just did. 3-4 after a successful first attack.
It's going to be the indication that he knows he's about to get pressured. Watches in towards lobby. He's daring someone to come for the swing. If he shuts down Pamba here, it could be massive for them. You've also got the sledge above. Almost finds a kill there. In fact, will find it. Can he get the second? Yes, he can. That is one way to shut down the pressure coming in from the attackers. And with that move itself, he may have just won the round for TSM.
Oh, it's just too good. It should not be allowed. Finds his third. Doesn't move his feet out of bathroom. Absolutely unreal. 1 kill on the vertical, 1 at distance, 1 on the main door. He just does it all inside that 3k.
Potentially pop him down from below if it stays still a little bit too long, but moved away pretty quickly.
Achieved holding a nice angle from the top of White Stairs onto Aquabalk. It could be decisive once DarkZero try to get themselves on there towards site, but another life is lost along the way. This time it's Bolo, and we found ourselves 5 versus 3. DarkZero seriously lacking in drones at this point. Only 2 remaining, plus any active Twitch drones, so it is very, very hard times for them. Pamba's going to move up. Cool vibes here. The Banshee is going to halt his progress. They must know he's coming now. The kills are coming in. Somehow DarkZero come out on top, and it's 2 versus 1. Diffuser going down. They have to stick this. Achieved shut down by Pambazu, and it's leveled up once again. Des 5 versus 5 on the scoreboard, and we are going to see at least all 12 rounds here. Down a solid part of the defense here. They're trying to move him around, but no,
timing!
And he just sees Hyper and shuts him down. 45 seconds left to go. DarkZero, you got to get moving.
Timing-wise, it's been so unfortunate for DarkZero there. 2 kills coming the way of TSM, and just when you thought Hyper might have a massive impact, he drops the gun, goes for the sprint. Even even Canadian's been shut out. NJR does get one back, but at this point it feels like a consolation kill. Eclipse going for a plant. Can they stop him here? Yes, they can, because Geo's behind the bar. NJR left all alone. I don't think he can clutch this out in a 1 versus 3, but if he can, well, I'm gonna buy him a drink tomorrow. No, he gets shut down by Bolo. TSM move up to match point. It's 6-5.
Behind the bar, and there's just a little bit of a showdown between him and Hyper now, but Hyper needs to be careful about his aggression here because he does have the diffuser in hand. Charla's going to take some damage. Polo has the information from the gadget, just proximity alarm going off and letting him know that Hyper was pushing, but Hyper still somehow gets the kill, but they also lose one at the same time. 2v2, Pamba going in, shut down by Achieved. Hyper gets Charla. It could be all up to Hyper here. He needs to find the last. He's going to go for the plant. 10 seconds left to go. I don't think Achieved's going to make it in time. The ping is there. Yes, he does. Simple as that. TSM take the round, take the map, and we're going to 3.
It will give a lot of information over to the defenders. So for the boys of DarkZero, this is looking like a bit of a challenge right now. You've even got Achieved lurking off towards the sides. He knows that there's drones on him. He knows that intel, or utility, sorry, is being thrown at him too. NGR drops down. They've gone for the site. They said, forget about Achieved. We've got to get a plant down, boys. We've got a job to do. Eclipse sticking it out here. Should be able to finish it off. Canadian round to one side as well. They will stick this and get back out again. It's a 2 versus 3. TSM got a lot of work to do to be able to swing this one back. But NGR NJR goes nuts with a pistol, finds himself a 3K, achieved the same in the round, but this looks to be a closeout, I think, for DZ here, Tim.
Certainly does. It's going to be very difficult. Achieved cannot beat NJR, who's on the pistol, gets our final kill, and what a play. What a play. Still there. Can they track him down? Yes, they get the kill. Hyper steps in. DarkZero have got everything they need, Des. They just need to go in and get that diffuser down.
Got the smoke in. That should be the go sign. That's now's the time to step in and go for the plant. Doesn't matter so much where you go, it more matters that you get the plant down. There is one smoke canister left for Geo here, but there's been a pause for DarkZero. They've retrieved the diffuser and stopped, and as the smoke times out, that's when they make their move. Smoke canister comes out. Eclipse, not being even tickled by it, will try and stick this plant through. Gets it off, and it's a 4 versus 2 for DarkZero. This has been a phenomenal attack, which we'll summarize afterwards. But for now, TSM have got to pull off one hell of a retake. Geo left all alone, being stared at by that Gemini clone. He can do nothing to stop this one, even being tickled out by these members of DarkZero. He's into a 3 or 4-way crossfire. This one may just find itself going all the way down to the clock because they've also got an OSA for NJR to play behind. That's unbelievable.
What we're seeing here is one of the real powers of OSA, trying to use her to get...
One, look at him, 360.
That's it, using the OSA shield to try and move in and, you know, create the plant is, I think, difficult sometimes. But once it's down, once the diffuser's there, very, very difficult.
Did things carry on this way?
Canadian.
Oh, Canadian.
Sees him.
Oh,
he gets one. He gets two. Big play from Canadian to open up round 3. And the DarkZero.
But the perfect time as TSM send 2 members to go and support Mert, playing inside of open area, and he catches both off. A beautiful flank, and TSM with no idea it was happening. The whole team are being completely decimated. It's not quite a 4K for Canadian, but it's a 4K for the team, as they might be able to end this one out here without losing a single man. It's going to be a flawless round, and my word, DarkZero in full control on back.
He's currently on the rappel. It looks like him and Hyper are maybe just going to swap over so that he can get in and get the hard breach off on the wall. 35 seconds left to go. He's got diffuser in hand as well, so DarkZero certainly got the tools that they need, but they could do with dealing with some of the last defenders. Hyper does exactly that, finds a kill onto Merc. They have access to sight. It is now all down to time. There comes the challenge.
Beautiful.
Hyper finds Charla. Geo can't find his man on the main stairs. Eclipse is planting, and DarkZero are looking to take round 4, which will be the 4th in a row for them. Geo, no angle to prevent the diffuser going down. He's just trying to try and take these fights and find whatever he can. He's down to about 15 health, and surely his minutes are numbered left in this one. It's Pamba who steps out and gets the kill, and that's going to be round number 4 going to DarkZero. Terrible timing for Pamba. He throws the flash away in disgust. He knows that that was an opportunity for him to pick up the man at the bottom of elevators. Charla manages to find Hyper. 3 versus 3, and this is a lot more competitive from TSM.
Geo, the little bookworm here, snaking his way through archives, daring on the man to come stepping in. He just keeps on moving between these different shelving units, trying to find the man as he steps in. What a shot coming out from Pamba. 3 versus 2, but they've got to make the plan happen. Eclipse is the one that you're looking for to make this happen. Charla, full flash, pulls on the Elder, but it might be a bit too little too late. There it comes in, they get the shutdown, and DarkZero take round 5. That's 5 in a row, Tim. What is going on?
Try and get that diffuser down. They can bait out the last little bit of utility, which will be the Nitro. Here it comes. Potentially. Charles just going to hold on to it for the time being. He needs to get this right. He needs to wait for the perfect moment. He can't go too early with this. He's seen the second wall opened up. He knows it's dangerous. It's a waste, Des. It's not going to connect with anybody. And that signals to Eclipse that he can go in and get the diffuser down. His cover gets killed as well. Charla 1v5. It could be flawless. No, he stops that at least. The diffuser is completed. Charla just bouncing around red corridor. Canadian picks him up. DarkZero 6-0. The first exothermic charge. Hyper was there, ready. He knows there could be a challenge from above, and he's ready for it. 25 seconds left to go. TSM, a lot of work to do here. Geo going and looking. Merc finds Pamba. It's all starting to happen for TSM, but is there enough sand left in the hourglass? They're going to drop the hatch. There it goes. Gets one. Can't find the second. Surely they can get this diffuser down now. Merc on a triple for the round. TSM start the plant. Bolo needs to keep on it. Merc shuts him down. Flawless round, and what a response from TSM. Position. This is an interesting little battle we've got. Hyper lets him move across to the other side, but the challenge continues. What a kill from NJR, taking down Bolo. A cheat finds Canadian 4v4, but the kills rain in 3v3, and it's this constant back and forth that we've seen of this game. Merc manages to explode his way into Garage with a kill onto NJR. 1v3, all up to Pamba, taken down. Geo for a double at the end, and TSM, they get their second death. Look to move into Vault. There is one playing in behind the wall there. The drone does find him, hits the castle of it. A shot from Merc to take down Hyper. Canadian does find Bolo though as he tries to return to site from the garage, but Merc, he's just on a killing spree at the minute. Manages to find Eclipse. NJR's got him down, won't necessarily know that.
Oh no!
To NJR.
Oh, the
takes him down. It's the time! It's the time, Des! NJR in a 1v4 finds the only kill that he needs, and that is going to be the vital round that DarkZero needed, and they take bank, they take the matchup 2-1.